Okay, so let's begin talking about today's price action. We can see a gap up here and immediately to the upside. Now we need to see if price can hold the retest here and failure at initial balance high. Then we look for a short towards the midpoint, and then eventually if price fails here, we need to see if it takes down initial balance low. On the other hand, just trading according to initial balance, we see a retest here at the lows will go long initially for a continuation to the upside. This means that the gap will not be filled and the price will just move away from this. Also, we need to see a little bit higher time frame here on the 30-minute chart here and see if price can break out this high here, which can hold this breakout of this high. We need to look for a weekly high retest here, if not higher. Went long here for the continuation of this pullback. Scale out already, need to see how further upside, targeting these weekly highs, and I will look for initial short here. If this is kind too much extended to the upside, then will be great short here. On of next candle opening and then reversing a little bit, although not that much exhausted in terms of first half cash trading range, but considering the gap up and the general size of the move already in terms of counting from the gap, perhaps we need to see here at the retest as well. Okay, so far this reversed very nicely as anticipated, exactly at the time of the short position, exactly at the turn of the half of the hour. We need to see now if this initial balance high here will not hold for a continuation, and then price next target will be towards the midpoint of initial balance area. Now still holding third part for the initial balance midpoint or initial balance low. Let's see if this can just grind lower here or how it will trade generally. Okay, so stopped at break even at this position here, which expected a further downside towards the midpoint. As shorted again here, scale out here. Let's see if during US session price will continue to just trade sideways and find any direction towards the downside. Also, we need to pay attention to these previous weeks high, which have 1-2 failed flash up moves and failed to hold and retest this to see how price will behave. If we have a third one and fails here, this would be great short opportunity. So price just flashed down towards the initial balance low, initially support the tick here. We need to see after this failure at the highs here if this can extend further down towards this gap fill and even lower. Okay, so broke down initial balance low. Let's see if we have continuation to the downside. Great trading opportunity here for a short, or to give you the sense that once US stocks rallied higher, then immediately got hammered. Now we need to see if we have this anticipated continuation towards these 400s and how much of this gap will be filled. Okay, so just flatten the position, the short position here since the midday. Very nice trade. Let's see. We are currently in the middle of this previous week's range, almost in the middle of this. So we need to pay attention at these edges of previous week for trading opportunities during Fomc later. If we see a spike up here and a failure, we need to go short. Of course, you can argue that this can have a continuation. So let's see what opportunity we'll have